Alright, welcome back. So I'm on the table again with 65 to continue our game. It's been a couple of days. And I'm trying to remember where I left off. I think I left off, it was a new turn had started. I think we started a new turn. This was going to be turn 3 is what we're on now. I got my little marker here, so we should be turn 3. And I've really been looking over the combat for unrevealed markers, for the mystery markers and revealed. And I don't like that unrevealed markers pretty much can do whatever they want, kind of a thing. Like if I draw a black circle and it says, I don't know, it's pretty specific on what it can target, but I like the idea of at least having line of sight. In the rules, when it talks about targeting, when you have the revealed markers, you got to have line of sight. That's normal. It's normal combat rules. The mystery marker, you go by the result. And I think, that's fine as far as determining hits because you don't know the unit, you don't really know the range, but you do have line of sight. So I'm going to clarify that with Mark Walker for sure, because the rules in several spots indicate that you pretty much just draw the card and maybe pick the target and then you do the results, of that heavy cover, cover, no cover. And so I like the idea of at least having line of sight. And I think I'll just clarify that with Mark, and then we'll be good to go later on with Mark Walker. So for now, though, for me, the second part of the game, I think what I'll do is try it with line of sight, because that just kind of makes more sense to me. So, we'll debate it out in the rules, and then I'll find out for sure later. You would think just a simple thing like that would not make a big difference, but it kind of thematically might make a difference. But anyway, currently where I'm at, the Americans are having a hard time pushing forward as it is, so every little bit of help would be nice. Who knows? Maybe it's not supposed to have line of sight. But with that in mind, we'll just continue on. So what we got to do, determine initiative. I forgot to bring my tablet with all the updated rules, but I don't think that'll be a problem. But I've got the rule book here, and first thing we're going to do is determine initiative, which is you count up the unrevealed mystery markers, if I remember right. Where's initiative? I just want to make sure we get that. Count the number of hexes containing a mystery marker. Draw an action card. If the targeting number is greater than the number of occupied hexes, the communists have the initiative. Otherwise, the Americans have it. So we have 1, 2, 3. So we're going to draw a card. Targeting number is 8, and it's an end turn. And it's the last in turn of the deck. Okay, so we know that they had initiative, but now it's end of turn. And with that, we would do the move. Basically you wrap up. So when it says here, there are no more eligible units left on the map, or there are no more player-controlled eligible units, and 3 straight solitaire cards draws have produced either a move or an executed fire action, then proceed as follows. It is possible when resolving a turn ending combat, well, we're not in the middle of a turn ending, but now we're done. So it goes to the reserve phase. This is where we can move stuff. Now, currently, everything I have does not need to move. I'm ready to assault with this stack here, this stack. They might want to retreat. So they'll pack up and move. They'll go back into the woods. Because you get, let's see, well, they're shaken. So it's like 1 movement point. But I think you can always move like 1 hex. I think I remember reading that from the basic rules. Let's see. Let's find that out. Because that's 2 to move into the jungle. So we'll look here just under, let's find move real quick. I kind of missed the tablet. Tablet just flip, flip, flip. Minimum movement. An eligible unit given a move action may always move at least 1 hex unless the movement would be prohibited. Well, they're going to move 1. Now they get half movement point, no firing, but they don't want to be stuck in the open anymore. So they're going to take their reserve move to move backwards into safety. So reserve is done. Now I get to shuffle the deck because that was all of the in turns. I'm going to grab all those cards. And what I'm going to do is, now also, because the turn hadn't actually started, I still only have one card in my hand. I'm going to keep that one. I'm going to take the 4 in turn cards and I'm going to randomly stick them in the deck like ish. And then we're going to shuffle the deck. Now you don't have to shuffle the solitaire AI cards. Those you shuffle when that deck hits 0. You just shuffle them up. So they're going to remain. But this one we're going to shuffle this up a few times here. One more time. And that did advance us one more turn. So we're on turn 4 now. Oops. I'll have to look to see. I forgot if this said 6 turns or 8 turns for this scenario. This one had 8 turns. 8 turns. Okay. So this one will put... I was going to do like just 1 turn of video, make these shorter videos. But that would have been too short. So we'll do turn 4 and see what that brings us. Okay. So I've got the new deck shuffled up. And we'll do the same thing. We're going to determine initiative. So we've got 3 mystery markers. We're going to draw the first deck. 8. That looks familiar. But that means the communist forces have initiative. Now we determine initiative, but we still get to draw up to the cards. Looking here. Draw a card from the solitaire deck, sure. But I think I deal the American action cards. Okay. I should have got my action cards before following the sequence. So there's my action cards. So we got a rally, we have a fast move, we have a fire with a power, so we might be able to do something with that. Then, yeah, should have done the cards, then the initiative, then the communists will draw a solitaire card. They are on defensive, so, yeah, okay, so defensive has fire. And we look at the target. Well, first of all, it's a green circle. No green circles on the board, so that's good. They did not activate anybody this time. Then comes to the American player. And this is where we've got to do some work. This is where we do some work, boys. So we're going to fire 40mm grenade launchers into this building. Actually, we could probably just assault now. And that way would be in cover because it's a shaken reduced rifle. And I believe they only get like 1 fire card when they defend. It's like 1 HEF factor, and these guys are charging in with 4. So they're coming in. And that's what they'll do. So we're going to do a move. I'm going to grab... I don't need to do a fast move. We'll just do the move. There. We'll move them in. We're going to leave that there. That comes at the end. That way, if there was reinforcements or things like that from the communists, that could possibly happen. Probably not. But there we go. Now, I could have had possibly, instead of that, you know what I could have done was had Riggs shoot. We'll save Riggs because Riggs has line of sight to this group here, that rifle unit. So if I draw a fire card, we'll have Riggs fire there. The Marines, 2 Marine squads will take care of that shaken reduced unit there. Riggs will shoot there to help them out. And if I can eliminate that group, this would give this group a chance to recover and bring that back up to full. Because then they would be out of line of sight of anybody. Or they could actually back out, be protected by line of sight from folks, and possibly reconstitute. So, options. But there we go. That's it for the Americans. I have no ambush card or anything of that nature. So what we'll do is go ahead with the assault. And just to refresh, because it's been a couple of days, I believe assault is just as simple as you add up all the firepower. Let's see here. Fire, ranged combat, opportunity fire, assault. Total the HEF of the attacking and defending units. This is not modified by range or terrain. Either side can modify. The attacker has a damage draw of their adjusted HEF and consults. So they hit on red and green. So we don't want to forget that. Now, all units taking part gets marked up complete. And I wanted to see real quick what the defender. Those without the ability to defend, regardless, a hex may target. Sorry if I'm briefly reading. I was trying to remember if you are what a shaken gets. So shaken, I think, let's see. Note that the ambush action, okay, results, and any shaken defender draws after the attacker as well. If a defender has shaken and non-shaken units, the HEF of the non-shaken one resolves at the same time as the attacker. So I know shaken resolves afterwards. So if shaken lives, but I was trying to remember if shaken only gets one HEF for combat. And that's just what I wanted to double check real fast on there. Shaken. Because I've read that a few times, and without my tablet, the tablet, for some reason, they've really done a good job cleaning it up. It's like easier to find stuff. But with just the basic rule book, oh, it's so old-fashioned, right? Pass admin. You gotta find that real quick for shaken. I'm just gonna probably go off my head. Shaken units get half, or get one HEF. So they get, but it goes second. That's what I remember, and I think that's what I'll go on, because I don't want to look for that. Assault combat. If for any reason, let's see, attack is aborted. Yeah, why can't I find that now? It's how it always is. You read something, and then you got to get it later. Okay. Yeah, well, that's what we'll do. We'll give them one. They get a freebie. They get one. And it's a hit on a red or a green. Okay, so the attacker goes first. And that's 4 draws. Okay, that's a miss. Nothing there. Then that's 1 hit. And you can stop drawing at that point. Once you eliminate something, you can stop drawing. And we're going to take them off the map. And we've got 2 in here, and they get marked with an ops complete. So they're done. They are done for that turn. And that impulse is over. So the Americans successfully infiltrated the building. Then we go to the communists, and they check for red triangles. No red triangle. And because I still have several unrevealed mystery markers, I don't have to go by just the color or just the symbol. So they're fine. Okay. Yep, we're good so far. I could have discarded on my impulse, but I'm actually okay with those cards. There's a move and fire. Move and fire. I might do that. The move part, he's not going to actually move from there. I think he just wants to use the fire part. But because it's a move and fire action, he only hits on yellow and red. But I want to see if I can hit into this building. Snipers don't have a range limit, and he's got very clear line of sight. So he's looking in the building there. And so he's got the sniper ability. Now I didn't bring the tablet, but I did print these. So just to remind myself. Now, if he has, if he had a power, he could use his kill shot. which adds 1 to the attack. So right now he'd be just rolling a 1. With that move and fire, you know, why not? I should probably be smarter with that, but I never claimed to be that smart. So what we'll do then is have Riggs give a shot. So I'm going to use the card, and he's going to hit on a yellow or red. Yellow or red. It's nothing. So he missed. So he goes to fired. Took a shot. I should have known better. Then we go for the communists. Green circle. There are no green circles on the board. So, yeah, we activated them quite a bit earlier. So now we're getting a lot of no activations. So that might balance out. That might balance out the line of sight issue that I'm having. It was just unfortunate that they were getting quite a few activations in a row, and it was like really slowed us down a bit. But anyway, so we'll go back to the American. I draw Bloodlust. All right, I don't have anything that needs to be rallied right now. Well, yeah, I do. I forgot about that. What I can do, because this whole stack had, everybody in here had been shaken. Let's see. Second win. Remove a move or fire. Bloodlust. Rally eligible unit. Do not place an ops complete. Well, this unit has line of sight. I would need to move them one more to get out of line of sight. Oops. So I could start playing rallies to reconstitute them. So maybe I want to go ahead and move 1 hex. I do have a couple. I like the Bloodlust though, to get the shaken gone, and then I can start moving people. So I think what I'll do is I'll play Bloodlust on black. Oh yeah, he's reduced. Everybody's reduced. So I'm going to play Bloodlust on black. So the other guys are shaken, but we'll work our way down. Okay, communists take an action. Alright, so we've got green triangles and green circles. There are green triangles here, so we can do that. The defensive stance, fire. The target is lowest cover factor. What we got to do is, see at this point, right, I would look to see lowest cover factor, and that would be either this one here or this group here. And usually you go for the closest, because this is a red building, so that's a cover factor of 2. So it'd be them. This unit attacking here without traditional line of sight kind of makes sense, because again, they might not actually be in this hex. They could be in this hex. So that's why I'm really debating this whole line of sight thing. Attacking, because it's not a stretch for them to be here and possibly shooting into that hex. So, well, they're in cover. It'd be a 0 anyway. Boy, I don't know. We'll say they did something. We'll go back to how I thought it would be. Gosh, I'm so undecided on that. But that doesn't ruin the fun of the game. It's just you have to kind of just be consistent. Be consistent. So we'll just be consistent. We'll say they fired. So they had some elements out here. Took some shots. It didn't pay off for them that time. Comes back to the American player. Draws a move and fire. Gets a second wind. Now, I've got a couple second winds. Second winds will let me remove a moved marker or a fired marker from a unit. And I could have him shoot again. I just don't have, well, I've got one more move and fire. I want like an actual fire card. So I'm going to keep, well, here's one here. Reinforcements. Play this and draw another card does not count as an action. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. This does not count as an action, but I get light wounds and a rally. Well, ignore 1 hit, any color applies to leg only, which would be good here. I'm going to discard a couple cards, so I am going to go ahead. I will discard those 2. I want to see if I can draw something with a power to get kill shot. It's risky, because every time I don't do something, it gets closer to the Viet Cong doing something, like they are right here. We've activated the red circle. Their defensive mode is to fire. They fire at the largest group. Currently, the largest group is either this group or this group. So we check range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they would be in heavy cover, and heavy cover gives 0 result. So they're lined up in such a way that they're shooting into that building, but they don't score any hits, so they technically would get a fired. So we're at a point now where there's 2 units left, so they will be activated by either shape or color, which whatever we choose is going to activate both. Okay, then it comes to the American player. We draw 2 cards, bam, a fire, but no power on it. Okay, punishing fire, there's canister, vehicle only. Punishing fire, fire a single eligible unit only, fire twice. So we would have to second wind as an action. Then I could come back and do a punishing fire and maybe get 2 shots into that building. So we're going to do that. See, the problem is with what I'm doing right now is I probably could do another assault with this group in here, but I was hoping to maybe shake them or reduce them prior to that. So maybe what I'll do is just issue a fire order. I'm just going to issue a fire order and see if we can put some hurt in there. So I'm going to play a fire order on this stack right there. Yeah, eligible unit or group of units. So they're here grouped together. They still have 4 firepower. They get +1 because they're adjacent essentially. So that's 5. Then because they are shooting into cover essentially, we subtract 2 for heavy cover. So that should be 3. But we are hitting on greens. So we draw a hit. So that's 1. Keep track of my hits. 1 hit, that would shake the unit. 2 hit would reduce the unit. And if I get a 3rd hit, they're gone. 3 hits. So that unit is gone. So I'm glad I decided to stop fussing with the sniper. And they're out. Okay, so now with 1 communist unit left. So actually, you know what? That whole line of sight business, I at first was really getting me. But I can see that in the long run, I think it balances out pretty good. Because we are now, if you just be bold and push, you're going to make some ground up. Alright, so that's, they didn't do a move and fire. They just, well, they would have had to move first. So they just fired in there. So that group is done. So we're okay. We're okay. They are out of line of sight. So if I got a rally, I could reconstitute that rifle squad. Although I am trying to save my rallies to get these folks back into action because they're in a world of hurt. But there are, yeah, this unit was line of sight to them. I'll probably use a reserve move to push them back, and then any rallies that I get, I can start bringing those squads back, and then start pushing forward with these units. I think we'll be okay. Alright, so now Communist activates regardless of shape or color because it's only 1 unrevealed marker left. He's on defensive mode. It's a fire, so the target is nearest. I forgot. This I think was 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, different units. That's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Heavy cover takes 1. Okay. I didn't pick, but probably would be the in good shape rifle. So we got a shaken rifle, then we got the reduced rifle, and that's it for the communist forces. So these guys haven't done anything. So what we'll do is we'll pass, get to the reserve segment. I will move them back so they are out of line of sight, and hopefully they can start to reconstitute a little bit. I draw down and keep 1 card. I like the second wind. I could go again, but I'm not. We're just going to call it there. And I'm going to keep the rally card because again, oh wait. yeah, I'm going to keep that rally card. It has a second wind on it as well. But that way I can, bring something back here. Which is going to take a long time because it goes through ops complete. And then you can play it, yeah, it's going to be a while before I get some guys in. And you can say, where do they come from? Well, reinforcements, they got bandaged up, shaken, they're whatever. Someone gave them a cigarette, they're happy to be back in the action. Okay, so that would be the end of that turn. So we'll go to turn 5. I don't have to shuffle anything yet because I did not draw any end turn cards from the deck. So the combat is still flowing. Now, we got to take off all of the ops complete. I did forget that. All of the ops complete, all of the fired markers. Then we get the American, their cards. Get 3 of them. Then, we check for initiative. So there are 3 mystery markers on the board. And they draw 2. So the Americans have initiative this time. Alright, they're happy with that. Okay, the American looks at his cards. Bullet Storm. Oh yeah, I need to do an attack with Bullet Storm. Right now, though, I'm trying to look at terrain, and I got my cards here in the way. Because if I could come up here, the idea is to get to Dixon and then escort him back. So part of me, I got a shaken, my good leg unit is shaken. So let's go ahead and, I wanted to rally down here, but since these folks are right here, and they are out of sight, I could reconstitute. Now I believe that's what you would do with that. I think if they're out of sight and then you rally, you can reconstitute. If a reduced, unshaken, eligible unit is not in line of sight of an enemy unit and you use rally or bloodlust action on the unit to reconstitute the unit, play the action, designate the unit, and flip the unit to its full side strength. Mark the unit with an ops complete marker. If a rally action was used, do not mark the unit. But if you do not mark it, if you used a bloodlust action was used. You cannot use the same rally or bloodlust action to remove a shaken marker and reconstitute. That's 2 separate actions. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play rally. I got 2 rallies. So rally, and I'm going to reconstitute this one. So now they are both back up to full strength. Okay, here comes the communists. Red triangle. Nothing. Okay. Back to the American. Fire reload. Ooh, critical hit. But that's that's a vehicle one. So I'll discard this one on this impulse. I'll probably discard panic as well. I'm gonna keep Bullet Storm. Okay, so I'm gonna play rally again. So yeah, he got his he gets ops complete. Because I forgot to put it on there. But now we're going to do the rally, and I'm going to put this guy here, ops completely on the M60. We're going to bring him back first. We're going to keep the rifle unit is shaken. Don't worry, we're getting you all together here. We're going to get you all patched up. Medics are on the way. Okay, that's their action. Communist forces draw a black circle. And this is where things could fall apart because they could target that. I don't think they will, but it does say defensive fire, target lowest cover factor, which again would be here. And this would make sense. It's line of sight. Rifles, we don't know their range, right, when they're a hidden unit, but technically mystery markers have unlimited, they have godlike, yeah, which is why I need to get people, oh, they're in the open. When they moved here, that was in the open. Both of those, hold on a second, team. You caught that probably before me. That is line of sight, and those both become revealed because they're in the open and in line of sight. Well, look at that. Mystery marker overpower, no more. That was something I thought about, was if you can put eyes on them and reveal them, they lose that godlike status that I didn't like. So this is like a dream come true. Although it could be worse depending on what I draw. So we've got a few units left here. So I'm going to draw. Let's reveal. I should have revealed them before. So we're going to reveal them right now because this is pretty important. So 2. Okay. So the black circle. I'm going to do that one first because that's what I drew there. He gets a RPD and a rifle. That makes sense. I don't like it, but it makes sense. And they're now revealed. Alright, you know, it is what it is. Then, for the little red circle, I'm going to put that over here. Then for the little red circle, it draws sappers. Sappers in the wire. They're revealed. Alright, well, they have now lost their godlike status as mystery markers. Well, I'm glad I caught that. I'm glad you told me about that. So now they are going to, well, it's still fire. They're looking for the lowest cover factor, but see, now they are limited to line of sight. This is line of sight, also limited to range. But the RPD, I think, is fine. There, I like the bigger hexes, so I can kind of put these out there a little bit. Oh man, I love large hexes. Okay, so they are lowest cover factor, and I know I was just looking here going, but I like that result. Cover, no damage, but now they are revealed. Now it says here that they're going to do suppressive fire with the RPD, which means it will spread the damage. And they're going to be the lead firing unit. And what is the range on the RPD? I'm pretty sure that's plenty of range. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we got a range of 6. 6 through 7 on the RPD. No modifier. Alright, that's fine. Is there a modifier for range on rifle at 6? -1, which would still leave them with 1 HEF factor so that they can combine their fire, which is terrible because that's a lot of firepower from the NVA. If that was VC, probably wouldn't have been as scary, but that's pretty scary. Alright, now let's add up the damage. That's 4. -1 because of the building. Okay, so this is bad. They're going to shoot that little hooch hut up. So we draw 3 cards. 1 hit. Now, do I have... And I got rid of the reduced damage ones because I didn't think I would need that. Yeah, that was not good. I'm looking to see here. Nope. Okay. Yep. 2. That's a miss. Alright, good. Only 1 unit shaken so far. Oh, it's an intern and a hit. Okay. So both of these units are currently shaken. So I'm going to put 1 shaken on top of the stack. And, you know, it could have been worse. And they get marked with a fired. Okay. Not bad. This could have went worse. That could have been a lot worse. It's still not good. The mystery marker would have been a better option for me. Oh, I was going to discard a card and I forgot to on my turn. Alright, so there you go. They have fired. American comes back. I draw 1. It is a fire and a move. Now, because they're shaken, they cannot return fire. This guy is ops complete. He's got a buddy who's still shaken. I have no more rallies. And we've got an ops complete and a shaken. They do get a half move. I don't want to move this unit, just that 1 squad. I can move that 1 squad, and then he could fire here or here at some point, which we might do. Well, no. Well, he can't fire because he's got half move. So I'd move him up and he would just be a target. Currently, he's out of line of sight of this unit here. He's technically out of line of sight of everybody, but that really doesn't do any good. So firing, I do have the sniper, but he's in a bad position to shoot at stuff. So what I'm going to do is see if I can move him around to keep him safe and up into this jungle area here. So I'm going to play a move on him. And he's got 3 movement. 1. Now I can see he fired. He'd be the only thing, but he is way out of range, and it goes right through the building. Hex there. So that won't do any good. 2, 3. We'll put a move. Now he did move 2, so I would check opportunity fire, but that's the thing is nobody, now that they're revealed, has the ability to do opportunity fire. So, alright. And I'm going to discard this one. And I think I'm going to discard this panic because I want to get a nice hand draw of actions I want to use. So that's 2 cards I discarded. Alright. So now we've got the communist. No black triangles on the board. Okay, American player. Well, there's a fast move. There's a rally that I wanted. Okay, so I've gone through about half the deck and only pulled 1 end turn. So that means the end turns are going to be coming very soon. Okay, so now what am I going to do? I got the Bloodlust, so I could rally. I could rally this person. We're going to Bloodlust. And Bloodlust will get rid of the Shaken. So only 1 unit is Ops complete now at this point. So that squad group there, they're fine. They're back where I want them. And I'm going to keep the fire move. I'm going to keep this fast move for the sniper. Well, the sniper's already moved. I would have to give him the second wind, which I've discarded second winds or played them for other stuff. Alright, so communist. I'm going to keep the fire, fast move, rally, bullet storm. Okay, we can activate black circles. Nope, black triangle. Oh, but because there's only 2 mystery markers, well, yeah, 2 eligible mystery markers, they activate on shape or color. So this shape and color match, so both of these will go. We'll check for the unrevealed first. So, you know what, I think when I activated these, no, this one was only activated, but I revealed both. This is different. So this will be, this action card will be for this unit, and I'll draw a new action card for that unit. So he's on defensive. He will fire at the largest. So, well, technically, this is the largest because it's got, oh, that's bad, because it's got black and it's got the 2 rifles. They are in cover, though, and they take 2 hits. That's bad. So what I could do is just shake everybody up. So I had, yeah. So this rifle was already shaken. These guys, I had just unshaken all of them, but now they will all be shaken. So they are hurting bad. Not good. Then we draw for this revealed one, and their defensive move. That does not happen all that often. So they're going to defensive move. And now their move action is enemy brash. So they want to charge. So I'm going to take a look at the solo back rules here. So brash, what was it? Enemy brash. So enemy brash. Advance toward nearest enemy. If there are multiple enemies, randomly determine toward which to move. Use fastest means to arrive at hex. Enter hex, initiate close combat. If not assault capable, stop and train nearest the enemy that provides a positive cover factor. If unable to reach enemy, halt in the closest possible hex to the enemy. Alright, so they can move. Oh no, it's, yeah, that's what they're going to do. And because they're revealed, they've got 4. Now if it's unrevealed, I do need to remember how many movement points in unrevealed. Mystery markers is probably in here. Revealing, placing, communist movement. When drawn a card from the solitaire, Okay, unrevealed mystery markers move as if they were leg units with a movement factor of 2. That might be important later. But this is a revealed unit, and it's going to move towards the, would it say closest? Yep, nearest enemy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think this is the closest one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. So we'll randomly determine. They're both 8. So odds this top group, even this bottom group. So odds this top group. Now it says brash, right? So brash, if unable to reach the enemy, halt in the closest possible hex. They are assault capable. They are assault capable with a bonus. So they're just going to charge up. Because it says if they're not assault capable, stop in terrain nearest the enemy that provides a positive. But they are assault capable, so they're coming. Excuse me. And they're coming up here. So that could be bad for them. Now, NVA only get one. They only pay 1 movement for the jungle. Oh, wait. Cover factor. Hold on. 2. Oh, it's 2 for everybody. Oh, cover. NVA and VC get better. Cover for the jungle is still 2 movement points. Okay, well, that's fine. That's good. I was trying to think here what would be fair. They would probably still want to come up by way of cover, but they're charging. So they're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to mark them with a moved because they're moving. And here we go. Because they're moving, they're shaking. Oh, I got nothing that can opportunity fire on them because I was like, yes, come out in the open. So that actually, for the AI, was not a bad. That wasn't bad at all. That was actually pretty good. And so they're done. Alright, so that comes back to the Americans. Whew, what to do? I might just need to move this guy up to put him into a defensive position. So let's draw my card. We drew heavy artillery. It's a support for an artillery card that I don't have. Flanking fire. If multiple unit attack enters target's hex from different hex sides of or spines, add 1 HEF. Okay, well, I'm not doing a flanking fire. Okay, I will move. I am just going to play the move. And move this 1 squad up here. And they get a move. Oh my goodness. Choices. There's no NVA unit. Eligible NVA unit to draw a card. And all my eligible, I don't have any more eligible. So that actually would be the end of that turn. Now I'm not going to shuffle the deck because I've only drawn 1 end turn card currently. So we're good there. Another end turn could come up pretty soon. Yeah, these end turns, they stack up pretty quick. So I try to play it out as much as I can. But I have no more eligible units. Yeah, because he's shaken and they're ops complete. Well, the whole stack is shaken. I think only the one, well, ops complete comes off anyway. So if I remember right, the whole unit was shaken again. Moved comes off, ops complete comes off, moved, fired, come off. Oh, this is looking, you know, it kind of goes in ebb and flow. It looks good for us for a moment and then looks kind of bad. I'm going to, you can't get rid of everything. I'm going to keep Bulletstorm. I'm going to keep Rally. No, I got to get rid of it. I'm going to keep Rally. And I'm going to get rid of these 2 there. I did advance my turn marker to 5. Let's call that turn 4. Well, that'd be turn 3. Turn 3 was pretty short because that was just drew a card and that was it. And then we'll do turn 5 next. So there you go. That was 3 and 4 technically. So I'm not going to do turn 5 here. I'll go ahead and do another video for turn 5. So I'll probably post that one tomorrow and see how it goes. All right, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you later.